Really impressed with Cincinnati, obviously coming off a huge road win at Kansas and winners of 4 in a row. They're playing with real flow offensively. They've always been an elite defensive team, and you can tell their confidence is growing. They've got great guard play. Miller's really added such a great complementary player to them, and then obviously the big guy in the middle, Them's playing great too. So, man, they've got a great team and they're playing great.
Coach, they're one of the better defensive rebounding teams in the conference this season so far. In a lot of ways, they get to the glass really well. Just coming off of a game where you guys were really good on the glass, so what's the focus going into this game?
It's the same. Team rebounding's the way we're going to win. I mean, we've always been that way from the time we've been here. How connected can we be on the defensive end? How well can we rebound? How well do our guards rebound every game? And the better our guards rebound, the better our team usually is. And it's never going to be one person. It's just going to be collective and our pursuit of the ball and how aggressive we can be. And not just rebounding, but like just those balls that are loose and bouncing around. When we get those, you can tell we're playing the right way. Yeah, no, that's going to be our team from here on out. It's like, how do we keep guys on the floor that have the fight and collective grit to play the way we want to play defensively, and probably subbing pretty quick in order to make sure that we can maintain that energy. And it helped us over the course of the game, I thought, against Kansas State. That will be the point of emphasis moving forward.
How much does Saturday's game affect what you want to see from the pick and roll?
Our team is always going to be involved in ball screen action. I mean, it's what we base a lot of things out of. I think what you saw was Jalen Petty being involved a little bit more, and we have to get to another action in order for that to happen. And it's not just JT and Chris, which has been such a dynamic duo. And so then it's not you replace JT with one. It's like now you get Lawan back involved in more actions, and you create advantages with Mariel and with Luke, and that involves the next action, which I think makes us difficult to defend. As long as we continue to share the ball and make a simple play and nobody feels like they have to be a hero, I think our offense is difficult to defend.
As you look at Saturday's tape, you may have seen some things that you didn't see during the game. How does this team react with what you were able to perform on Saturday?
Well, we're always going to have to be inside out. So as much as we shoot the three ball very well, there's still a leverage point. And I think one thing that jumped out at me was our foul pressure and our ability to draw fouls in the game. And that's, I think, an unintended, we didn't go into it thinking, let's get fouled more. But you just saw the more people that had to defend on the floor, the more options we got of attacking the basket. And we opened up the floor more. And our play after the play was more drive and kick, which I thought also got people fouled. So that was one thing that jumped out at me and watching it on film was how well we got fouled.
And you talked about spacing after looking at the things. How does the spacing, not having to have JT in the middle, help other players?
Well, honestly, we had some really bad moments spacing-wise too. I mean, it actually, we had some great moments, but we also had some possessions that showed that we've got to improve too, and it actually was a negative in regards to not having JT in spacing. So hopefully we'll continue to improve in that area, but that's probably the biggest area of improvement. But our transition offense was great. I mean, it wasn't perfect. We took a few chances that didn't result in scores, but our defense and those block shots leading the transition offense was also another thing that looked better.
So how does Cincinnati challenge you?
Oh, they're just so physical. They're so tough defensively. They're a great rebounding team. They're spacing the floor and playing in a more read and react than just running plays, and it's made them difficult to defend. I mean, and they've got veteran guard play. And in this league, veteran guard play this time of year. They're not fatigued. They know what's at stake. They have a command of the game, and it just feels like Thomas and James are just in command right now of what they want to do, and they're scoring off offensive rebounds, and they've got a great presence to them.
To kind of go through this, what you call the 6-game years, are there different things that you're kind of trying to incorporate that you have this right here?
The biggest thing for us at this point is honestly it's simplicity. I mean, I know people want to talk about, we have a lot of things that we've done and they're on repeat, and you can put in new plays, but plays don't beat people. Plays trick people for one possession. It's how you play after the play that we got to keep growing in, and that's where we're spending a lot of time is what's the next action, and can we get guys comfortable where JT was so tight in those short rolls and so great in the post. You had kind of this security with what we did where we're going to look more outside to Christian for these moments of confidence, and how do you get to the multiple actions and not do something crazy before you can make a tough play. And so we're not really learning a whole bunch of new things, but we are drilling in practice the repeatable fundamentals of how we want to see the game played and doubling down on them.
You've already talked about have you noticed anything
You know, the biggest thing for Christian is how well he can continue to communicate to those guys that are going to get more minutes and don't let any negative play impact them. I mean, that's kind of the hard part of this is you get in games and people are going to be playing some larger roles and they may make some mistakes. So my challenge to Chris isn't just necessarily tell people what to do, but how do you pick people up when they aren't making the right play, and how do we communicate where we don't need to worry about the mistake. We need to figure out how to get better, and let's be a team that learns and grows, and let's not get frustrated when things don't go well. Let's figure out a way to improve them. That's kind of the heart. Chris is that way. If you're around him, he's got a joy to him. He's always smiling. He loves this game, and he can score and impact the game, and he also has great command and passing. And I'm like, let's learn even greater how to pick people up and help them get back into the fight, because that's what it feels like is going to be the separator for us, like staying in the fight, staying competitive, and not getting disappointed when things don't go our way.
Coach, you talked about JT a little bit with the short roll and adjustments you guys have made sense. Really good in the long roll and getting guys towards the rim a lot. I think you guys had 7 dunks in the game. Just how much is that an emphasis moving forward on making the right read? You talked about Christian making good lob passes inside. Just how big is that going to be moving forward?
Yeah, because we haven't had a chance to practice it much. And we're geared to trying to figure out a way to create the advantage, and I do think it's recognition all the way around of what the advantage is. And honestly, the spacing around the ball is just as important on those long rolls, because it's what do you do when we do catch it in different positions. And so as much as it is about the completion of the pass to the long roll guy, it's like, how do we adjust our spacing around it? And that's what I was saying. It actually showed up more than anything was how well we spaced around that and the changes that need to be made and how we attack behind the ball. Awesome. Great to see y'all. Record.